Hey, what up, everybody? It's Mickey Avalon, and you are listening to Sound Session.
Taught them both how to Jane Fonda. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your booty on the dance floor. Work it out. Shake it, little mama. Let me see you do the Jane Fonda. 5, 6, 7.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Sound Sessions, playing March 3rd at the Bottom Lounge with Vapor Eyes. His latest album, Teardrops on My Tombstone. This is one of the great lyrical virtuosos of our time. We have on the phone Mickey Avalon. Mickey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. So you're on the road right now. Where are you at?
Right now, we're driving from Cleveland to Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome, and you're on the tour now. How's everything going? I heard it's been pretty crazy.
It's been going good. It's since I just put out a new record, I'm playing a lot of those songs for the first time, so that's fun. Seeing people's reactions to them and stuff. So yeah, the shows have all been going great. I look forward to going to Chicago. Really, that show's always fun.
Yeah. So you come here. I think you came here last year with Dirt Nasty, and we're looking forward to having you again. When you come to the city of Chicago, what are some of your favorite things to do when you're rolling through?
We rarely have too much extra time. Sometimes we have a little time there. I went to see the outdoor hockey game when the Blackhawks played the Penguins. That was fun.
Right
That was at Soldier Field. And food, I guess, eat at good restaurants if we could. And, that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, man. I remember seeing, I think, an Instagram photo of you at that game. Are you a big hockey fan?
Yep. I'm a Kings fan, but I like to go. We went to Game 7, too, in Chicago when Kings played the Hawks. I went in the playoffs 2 years ago. I went to that game. But yeah, I'm a big hockey fan. But I never played as a kid because there wasn't really any rink around me, and it wasn't really something I saw. I just I say maybe when Wayne Gretzky first came to LA, it kind of started then. For me, it was really just going to live games. Once I went to see it live, it changed everything.
That's so awesome. So let's take it back to the beginning a little bit. You've been playing music for such a long time, and just been engulfed into the scene. Now you had a very interesting upbringing and everything. What was this inspiration, or maybe the first albums or live shows you saw that made you solidify yourself as a musician? What was that moment?
I don't know. It's kind of weird because I've been into music my life, and I've been to a lot of shows when I was a kid, but it never really was something that I did think I would ever do. I never saw it and said, "Oh, I'm going to do that when I grow up" or anything. And maybe I just thought it was so. As a kid, I think maybe it was so far, so it wasn't like, I don't know. It's like, if you were watching superheroes or something, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm going to do that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess when it started, maybe when I was a teenager, and then just some of my friends, like we do graffiti, and then some of us rapped. So then I think, and then I knew people that did it a little more seriously, but I kind of just did it in my own head, for fun. And then I would say more when, recording got easier and cheaper, so it kind of happened without me meaning for it to happen. Whereas if it would have been, in the past when you needed, save a bunch of money and go to a studio and then record a demo that was really expensive and have to be very focused that that's what you were doing and what you were trying to do. If that was the case, I don't think it would have ever happened for me. It was more that kind of just messing around, and then certain friends just had equipment at home, and we just made some CDs messing around, just kind of having fun, and then my buddy turned out he's the one he started passing the CDs around. I didn't even know he was passing them around. So I was living at like a sober living place at the time, and he was passing the CDs out, and then someone called me, like who ended up being my first manager. So and when he called me, I thought it was Dirt Nasty playing a prank on me, to tell you the truth. So I was like kind of messing with the guy, and then he's like, he was serious. I'm like, stop like playing around, and then I finally realized that it wasn't him. So then I went and met with that guy, and then I guess that was the start of it.
Yeah, right on. I mean, what an interesting way to get engulfed into the music industry. I know you had a really great solidified persona and profession going on in LA for a little bit, but I remember there was a time when you were on an episode of The Simple Life and you came in with a boombox. Is that the way you kind of like started your music? What were those first shows like in LA?
The first shows were pretty crazy, like I said, because it already was, like, my first show was, like, sold out at the Roxy, you know, and everyone, like, I think people knew more than I even knew what was going on, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The Simple Life thing was, and you know, these are just things I kind of, like, stumbled into. I think if it didn't happen that way, it, again, like, probably wouldn't have really worked out. I mean, on the Simple Life, I was like, I crashed into the producer's car when I left. You know, you can't be scared of stuff if you don't know what's happening. You know.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that because, you know, it just shows that you had a passion for music. And I think just you being a genuine and sincere person is what draws your fans to you to this day.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, you know, we had you have songs that are massive hits. I mean, Jane Fonda dropped about 10 years ago. You had All My Friends Are Dead, My Dick, and this new album. But I got to know, being a fan myself, did you ever think that with songs like My Dick that you could ever imagine the power that this song would have to propel you to such fame? I mean, everyone knows this song.
No, I didn't think that. There was three of us that made the song. It was me, Dirt Nasty, Andre Legacy, and it was Andre's idea, and we're like, that's a terrible idea, and we didn't want to do it. And he's like, no, trust me, it'll be big. We're like, no. So we're like, and then Simon just he just made the beat real quick. Like he was like, he just made it real fast, like to kind of just shut him up. And but yeah, no, I wouldn't have thought. And now looking back, I don't think it's that stupid of an idea because it's like a timeless thing. I mean, like kids making fun of each other or whatever, you know, like there's nothing that like makes it in a specific time, you know?
Yeah. It's again, it's all about being genuine, and I think that's the best part because people can draw to it and, you know, like laugh about it and just enjoy it for what it is, which is really cool as far as songwriting goes. And
like people could write their own part. Like we wanted to do like another one, it just never really happened.
Another version of it?
I mean, just like, not that it needs another version, but just like new lyrics or something, you know, like same idea, but just with more because there's only, you know, like you can keep going.
Yeah. Do you? So on that point, do you play the song? You know, if you played it probably 10,000 times by now, do you ever mix it up, freestyle it a little bit during your live shows?
No, we used to play it, all three of us, and then I stopped playing it for a while because I thought it was weird to do a song with the three people on all by myself, but then everyone wanted to hear it. So I do it by myself, and I go over the song. Like, I don't lip sync it, like I go with the song, but that particular one, I have it with their vocals on it also. So, but I don't like stop rapping when they come on. I just rap with them on the song. You know what I mean? So it's kind of been the way I solved the problem. You know, I do the whole song, but with them like underneath me.
Yeah, right on. I think that it's a really cool thing, you know, to give to your fans. I mean, they all want to hear the new stuff. By the way, the new stuff is so fantastic. The album Teardrops on My Tombstone. I saw that you were putting out a lot more YouTube videos. I heard the song Johnny Come Lately through a YouTube video that you put out, just like an a cappella version. I think you were singing it with someone on the piano and the guitar.
I was trying to do more. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff because it's just the guy who produced the record with me. His name's Smoothie. He used to rap too. You know, it's like that double-edged sword kind of when like reason people like is killing myself, but then it's hard to like promote yourself when you don't really like think. You know, I don't know. I'm not good at like, oh, let me go on YouTube, you know, like if I'm doing something in the day, the last thing I want to do is like stop what I'm doing and go, oh, this is cool and fun, and show the whole world. Like I'd rather just be doing it, you know what I mean? But I know in this day and age, it's hard to really get out there without doing stuff. I mean, like in a perfect world, I guess, you know, I'd have $1 million and someone would follow me around and they'd be camouflaged or something. So I wouldn't see them. I don't know.
Yeah, man, like strap a GoPro to your head or something like that. And,
yeah, something like that.
You know, you mentioned the fact that there is a new medium, there is a new type of way of spreading music in yourself, and a lot has changed over the years with artists, you know, handing out their CDs on the street to now it being all about streaming services. What do you, Mickey Avalon, think about the state of the music industry and how people are sharing this? Are you embracing it, obviously?
Yeah, I think like there's definitely more power in the like art's hands. I would say like some of the things that kind of went down with like the record industry for the most part kind of crumbling was like a lot of people that maybe shouldn't have, you know, that were just ripping people off to begin with, and like I said, just because I'm not good at using those mediums, or I'm not good at using them yet, or I'm still learning, like I think they could be used good, and it could be, you know, it could be cool. You just got to figure, you know, it's like anything. You just have to figure out how to do it the way you would do it, and you know, if I was in high school, and especially if it was something like I grew up with, it would be a lot different. I want to embrace those things, and I just want to figure out how I can do it where it's, you know, like everyone does it a different way. Like Dirt Nasty, he does these like characters and they're funny, and he does like little skits, and so that's like an art form for him. Like that kind of media was like perfect for him because that's kind of his character. You know what I mean? He's always just being funny and making like characters and stuff. I don't really do that, so I just have to find my own angle, you know, and I will. I just have to find it, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. I really enjoyed the Nursery Rhymes series that you were doing for a little bit too.
Yeah, those were all the producers, because I was going over there every day to record. Mm-hmm. So, and it wasn't that long. It was only like 3 weeks. So in those 3 weeks, he was good about it. Like he'd set up the you know, he had like a little tripod, and he put the phone on it, and then he had a little light, and then he's the one who had the nursery rhyme book. He's like, I think it's funny if you read these nursery rhyme, and everyone like little stupid things like that. Like doesn't take too much time in the day. People like it, and it's like if I just, you know, consistently did stuff like that, and then you could change it to something, you know, once that's the thing, you could change it to something else. So that, like, to me, that's a lot more natural than being like, oh, look at me walk on the street or something, you know?
Yeah. I hear you. Well, it's very cool, and your fans, you know, they adore it. So I'm only going to keep you for a few more minutes here. you know, you mentioned the fact that, you know, you have this great relationship with the people that you work with. I find through and through, the more musicians I speak to, is the fact that finding your own family members and translating that into a band is really important. How did you meet Dirt Nasty, aka Simon Rex, and how did that relationship come to be?
My friend Ben, who was friends with Simon, introduced us. It was back a long time ago. It seems like forever ago now, and we just hit it off. The first time first time I met him, then I didn't really see him for a bit, and then Andre Legacy he was like more interested in the music thing than I was, and so they're like Simon makes beats, so we went over there, and then he made beats and they were all right, but he freestyle rapped, and he's just really funny, and then he's like really stupid, and so we're like, the beat's cool, but that's what you got to do, and we all kind of, it's not like anyone taught anyone. It's kind of more like we're all kind of learning at the same time. Like that we all knew how to rap, but rapping and making songs there's more to it. You know what I mean? Like we never really thought about like hooks or anything. So it's like it would just go on forever and not really get anywhere. So I'd say we all kind of learned that together, and then just got better at it. So then he kind of became. We just had like Andre was the one that was kind of serious about it. Then we just had our 3-person crew was just kind of us goofing, and then we all, I don't know, something came out, and then so it's like we all had stuff that we did by ourselves, but that was just kind of, we just go to Simon's house, and he's the one who has the studio, and just kind of clown around, I guess. And then when I work with some other people, like I said, when I got that manager, and then he like made it more serious, put me in studios other people, and then focused on like writing actual songs. And then, you know, anything I'd learn, I'd bring it back to them, and we'd show each other and stuff. So, yeah, I don't even remember what the question you asked me was, but that's what happened. No, yeah, when I met Simon, yeah, that's how we.
Yeah, that's a great answer. It's cool how, you know, these musicians and creative minds can come together and just make this really cool thing.
And he let me live on his couch for a long time. A lot of people have lived on his couch, so it was like he had a nice house in the hills. So I'd be like super down and out, but still like waking up in a nice place. You know, it's like a dichotomy. Yeah. But you know, and then when my daughter would come into town, he let her stay there, and so it's where she could be. You know what I mean? Where she could go. She probably wouldn't have been able to come visit if I didn't have that. So, you know, help me out a lot.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So you're playing the tour. You're going on across the United States. It looks like you're playing every single day up until April 3rd. Man, that's a long haul. What do you do to kill the time? I mean, you spend some time with your daughter. Do you watch Netflix documentaries? What does Mickey Avalon do on the road?
You hit it. Netflix documentaries. That's it. I would be the one driving, but my dancer doesn't like the way I drive, and so she drives, which I don't mind. I'm just in the back seat, just watching basically Netflix documentaries. I just watched one. I just watched a DMT one. It's called The Spirit Molecule, and then I watched this guy Graham Hancock. Like he did like a TED Talk that they took down. And yeah, I watch also. I mean, I watch other shows too that aren't mainly documentaries, but there are a few good. There's a TV show right now. It's called Taboo. Not the one from National Geographic. This is it's like a written show, and it's like England, like a few hundred years ago, and it's pretty cool. I like it.
Right on, man. Right on. That's Mickey Avalon. He's playing March 3rd at the Bottom Lounge here in Chicago. Go and check him out. One of the nicest guys. Mickey, I could talk to you all day. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for joining us today on Sound Sessions.
Thank you.
Can't get enough of Sound Sessions? Like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter @SoundSeshPod, and check us out on Instagram @SoundSessionsWGN.